let's pause, take time to reflect, and soak in some of this holiday magic. This season is filled with a lot of lights and festive, activities. It's such a happy time of the year. So before we get all worked up with the hustle and bustle of the shopping season, let's take a moment to sit back and reflect and show our gratitude. Hey everyone, what's up? It's your girl, Donita Divine. Welcome to another episode of Wind Down Wednesday podcast. If you're new here, this podcast is all about real talk, shared experiences, and connecting with the community. The holiday season is here, and I decided that it was time for some reflection, gratitude, and yes, some winding down. So this episode and the month of December, I decided let's do a recap of how we got started, where we came from. So grab your favorite drink, let's get comfortable, and let's dive in. We have covered so many topics this year, like navigating perimenopause, which was a big one. We talked about embracing self-care and managing stress. We had tons of entrepreneur spotlights, and we even found the lighter side of life's challenges by doing an episode on finding your favorite fragrance for men and women. My brother and I did that. But each episode has been a journey, and I am so grateful for the time that we have shared together. And while I'll take this time to sit back and reflect, I encourage you to do the same and enjoy this holiday season. Enjoy the magic, all the colors, all the lights, all the festive energy. Take it all in. And you can do that without spending a dime. Thank you so much for being a part of my Wind Down Wednesday crew. Your support means the world to me. I am so excited about what 2025 brings to us. I already have a list of things that I want to share with you guys. I'm super excited. So yeah, stay tuned. And while I take a little break this month, I encourage you to do the same. Let's pause, take time to reflect, and soak in some of this holiday magic. This season is filled with a lot of lights and festive, activities. It's such a happy time of the year. So before we get all worked up with the hustle and bustle of the shopping season, let's take a moment to sit back and reflect and show our gratitude. Another year. Reinventing yourself after 50. If you ever felt that tug, that whisper in your ear telling you that it's time to do something new, you're not alone. Whether you are considering a complete career change or just want to pivot into something different, something new and exciting, then this episode is for you. Now let's start by saying the idea of starting over in your life or later in life in your career can be intimidating. But trust me, I've been there. The truth is that it's never too late. It's never too late to pursue what truly makes you happy, what truly fulfills you. So grab your coffee, your tea, whatever, get you going, whatever helps you relax. And let's talk about reinventing yourself after 50. First things first, let's talk about that mindset. Reinventing yourself or your career at any age starts with believing that you can do it. One of the biggest hurdles that people face is the misconception is that after a certain age, your professional journey or your personal journey supposed to plateau or even decline. But that's just not true. In fact, your 50s is the most empowering decade of your life, period. You have that experience, you have the wisdom, and most importantly, you have a clear understanding of what you want and what you don't want. So here's the thing. But none of that matters if you don't believe that you can do it or that change is possible. I know sometimes we feel a little brainwashed that we need to stay somewhere for a long time. But in this time, that's just not the same. It's just not how things are built now. We have to change the narrative and change the stories that we tell ourselves. If you're constantly telling yourself that it's too late, that no one will watch your videos, no one will hire you, nobody cares about your opinions, then you're already setting yourself up for failure before you even begin. So let's change that mindset and believe that you can. I am doing this video. I don't know who's going to watch. I'm hoping you will watch. And I'm hoping that this message resonates with someone. I believe that I can do it. So I stepped out of my own comfort zone and I just started recording. So let's just change the perspective and let's believe that you can. Now that we got the mindset in check, now it's time to do a little soul searching. What is it that you're really passionate about? What makes you tick? What gets you excited? And I'm not just talking about hobbies, but those are important too. But it's the kind of work that makes you feel alive. Ask yourself, what problems do you like to solve? What activities that you just get so involved in that the time just passes by? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for your family? For some of us, we started in our 20s and 30s, and that lifestyle that we started, our careers that we started in our 20s and 30s, was more about survival. It was more about making ends meet or following a path that someone told us that we should take. Now it's time to dig deeper and figure out what truly lights you up. Your next change should be aligned with who you are now, not who you were 30 years ago. This is also a great time to explore what skills you can transfer into this new life, to this new field, this new journey. Maybe you were in corporate America doing finance and always had a passion for teaching. There's always ways for you to switch so that it's not like a huge shock to your system. If you have some type of passion, some type of gift, it's time to use it. So now that you got your mind right, you got your mindset in check, you have identified your passions and your purposes. Now it's time to figure out a plan. Yes, you got to have a plan if you're going to reinvent yourself. If you're going to reinvent your career, if you're going to do something different, you got to have a plan. And the first thing you need to do is start with researching. Research what you want to do. If you have something else you want to do, then the best thing is to look at who else is doing it. Start looking at those top favorite people that's doing the work that you already want to do, because unless you reinvent something from scratch that no one else is doing, then yeah, that might be a little hard. But if you know someone who's already doing it, then that's half the battle. Do your research, start looking at what they're doing, and then start saying, okay, is this something that I can do or something I can do better? The next thing is network like never before. And being over 50, you have some advantages there. You now have, not only do you have people that you went to school with, you have people that you grew up with, you have people that your coworkers, you have people that not just from high school, grammar school, you have colleges, and then, and beyond. So we have a leverage that is so underrated. You have, when you commute, I met a lot of people on the metro train. So those are perfect for networking. So then just kind of get in tune with getting that network like never before. Also, consider a side hustle. Sometimes if you don't want to fully commit, maybe tiptoe into the new journey. Maybe say, you know what, let me put a few 30% into this business or 30% into this. But no, what you put in is what you're going to get out. So for me, I was kind of dibbling and dabbling, if that's the word. I was doing that for so many years. And I decided, you know what, I want to go jump in with both feet. And I want to just stop touching the water and seeing and testing the waters. I want to go in and go for a full swim. So, but if you are a little apprehensive, then start a little slow and start it as like a side hustle. The fourth thing is that you want to consider updating your skills. Don't be afraid to go back to school. Don't be afraid to download some apps. That's part of the technology. Don't be afraid to even get a mentor. Those things are important. Just like when I said you need to see who has done it before you, maybe those people can be a mentor. When you network, you never know who else is trying to do something similar. Use that as leverage. And then finally, you want to embrace technology. And I know for some people who are over 50s, they have not, grasped all of the technology like some of the younger generation can. But guess what? If you're using your phone, that's half the battle. Just start learning some apps, getting familiar, getting comfortable to doing things from your phone, and you will be ahead of the game. So those are just a few steps to get you going down the right path. To give you a little inspiration, let's talk about the people who successfully reinvented themselves, their careers later in life, like Vera Wang. Vera Wang is now a household name. She started off as a journalist and didn't break into the fashion industry until she was in her 40s. We have Viola Davis. She had a steady career as an actress, but we didn't know her till she was in her 40s and now 50s. Now she's having these incredible roles and this incredible takeoff in her career. Morgan Freeman, he didn't start his career until he was 50. Samuel L. Jackson, he was steady like Viola Davis. He had jobs in his career, but when he was in his late 40s is when his career really started to take off. So there's so many different people that you can take as inspiration to just realize that it's never too late. Julia Childs, she decided to start her own cookbook in her age 50. So yes, use that as inspiration because we have so many things that's going against us. Look for something that's positive, something that you can use as leverage to get to the next step. I mentioned the naysayers. It may not even be just the naysayers, but I'm going to address something that may have been on your mind. You may be thinking, well, or heard other people say, well, you're in your 50s. Shouldn't you be thinking about retiring instead of starting over? And that's a valid question. But when we talk about reinventing ourselves, it's a little bit different now in this generation, in this time. Retirement isn't a one size fit all concept anymore. Now people are doing different things. So, and we're not just sitting waiting to be let go of a job. People are doing things all the time. And sometimes it means leaving the workforce entirely. And then sometimes it means traveling or just sitting back and relaxing and enjoying the fruits of your labor. But you have to make a decision. What does that look like for you? And let me know down in the comments. What does retirement look for you? Like for you? What does retirement look like for you? Is it traveling? I started a travel business. So for me, I can still make income doing what I love to do. If I'm not working a full 9 to 5 at a corporate America, but I'm still doing what I want to do, still making residual income. To me, that's success. So you have to decide what works for you. And then for others, retirement may mean it's about just stopping work and having the freedom to do what works for you. So I think during that time when you're doing your research, decide also what is it that you want in life. Do you want more time? Do you want less stress? And then you have to say what makes you happy, because you have to understand that being an entrepreneur doesn't always mean that you're going to have more time. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be less stressed out. I think there's some checks and balances for that. When you are running your own business, it might be a little bit more stressful. So you have to do your research, like I mentioned before. But retirement isn't always the one size fit all for everyone. So you have to decide, hey, if the life is the life I'm living right now, is this what I want to do? And then that will give you the answer. Then you can answer the naysayers. Let's talk about those naysayers. Whether they're your friends, your family members, or maybe that's a little voice in your head saying that you're too old, it's too risky, that you should be coasting towards retirement. But here's the thing, they're not you. The next time somebody says something that tells you that, hey, you're too old or why start over, take it in and just smile at them. Because like I said, they are not you. They don't know what drives you. They don't know what dreams you have. They don't know what you're capable of doing. Don't let anyone sell you short. Hell, don't sell yourself short. I have 15 jobs because I like doing what I love to do. I do. And the great thing is that I have a great support system. People believe in what I'm doing. They say, hey, if she want to do it, if she can throw that on her plate, if she can juggle that, by all means, let her juggle it. So you have to get, some people that are supportive around you to help, battle those naysayers, because you're already going against the grind. You're over 50 and you're going to be going against the younger generation. So let those naysayers hit the back seat. Don't let them stop you. You got this. Retirement is more about gaining the freedom to do what they want to do and do work that's meaningful and fulfilling. In fact, the traditional idea of retirement isn't the same. And it's not like that sitting back and do nothing that we thought we wanted. You see a lot of people that retire and become a greeter at Walmart, or they travel. And it's just a way that we shift into something that brings us joy and purpose. Sometimes people are more afraid to just sit back and wither away. So whether it's a full-time or part-time or even through volunteering, you do what works for you. If you have a skill, a craft, something that's been in the back of your mind, or a little side job a hustle job that you've been working on for years, you might want to take that out of the back burner or off from behind the scenes and now put it in the forefront. It's your time. You got this. You clicked on this video because you are ready to take the next step to reinvent your life. You have wisdom and experience. You've worked on a job. You've seen what you want, what you don't want. The time is now. So if you're thinking about reinventing yourself after 50, I want you to remember this. You got what it takes. You have experience, wisdom, and a unique perspective that can't be replicated. The only thing that's standing in your way is the belief that you can't, or that it's too late. And I'm here to tell you that it isn't. Start small, plan carefully, and be patient with yourself, because reinvention for most people does not happen overnight. But with dedication, consistency, because that's important, and the right mindset, it will happen. I have faith in you. So remember, reinventing yourself after 50 isn't about just making a living. It's about making a life, living a life that is rich in purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Retirement can be the goal, but it doesn't mean you have to stop learning and growing and evolving leading up to the years of it. So the next time someone tells you you're too old or asks you why you're starting over, just look at them, take it all in and smile, and just let them know they're not you. You got this. I hope that you were able to get some inspiration from today's topic. I hope that my journey in reinventing myself can inspire you. I come from corporate America in tech, and I just want you to know that I am so much happier doing this, talking to you guys. Please believe me when I say you can do this. Of course, I want it to be overnight. Of course, I want it to be right now. But what I know is it's going to take time and some consistency. And that's what I have issues with. So I am working my butt off to make sure to prove it to myself, because the only person I need to prove it to is myself. It's me. If you know someone that needs a little words of encouragement, share my video. Until then, I will chat with you later. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you'll get notified when I drop another video. Until then, good night.